What is up YouTube? I'm the Nice One, and today I got another character modeling video for you. This time we're doing part 2 of that initial tutorial that I showed you guys last week. You know, the one where we made a basic character model? This time we're going to be adding some armor and some clothing pieces to help you differentiate your character from others. Like always, I got the shortcuts showing at the bottom left of the screen, and I'm going to do my best to speak out loud what I'm saying as I go through the tutorial so you can follow along. I might go a little bit faster though, because I hope you guys are more familiar with the shortcuts and the basic process. And yeah. Anyways guys, if you're ready to make a kick-ass guard, sit back, relax, and let me make the mistakes for you. Okay, so let's get back into this character model. If you've been following along with my previous video, by the end of that tutorial you should have ended up with a pretty simple character model. You know, nothing crazy, just a basic shape, arms, legs, and a head. But now what you want to do is probably add some armor, some clothing to kind of differentiate your character from others. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing right now. So to get started, let's make this guy into a guard knight type, because it seems like people are really into those models. So to get started, let's go space, hit create, go poly primitives, and then create a plane. Now let's turn the subdivision width of this plane down, right here. Let's bring it down to 2, and let's bring this down to 1. If you don't get this window here, what you can also do is select the plane, go to channel box editor, under inputs and polyplane, you can make the same adjustments right here, just in case you didn't get the window or somehow lost it. Now, let's select this, and I think it's a little big, so I'm going to scale it in on the X, scale it in on the Z, a little bit more on the X, and yeah, that sounds good. And let's shift this over to about here. Navigate to your top view, actually, let's bring this there, scale it in a little bit more, bring this in. Yes, that looks good. Yep, that looks good to me. Okay, now what you're gonna do is go with the object selected in object mode, so go right click, drag to object mode, hit space, go mesh, and let's go mirror. Now, you see what happened here is that this object was mirrored on the exact opposite along the y-axis, and what caused that was when you do the mirror function, make sure you have world X symmetry on. That way you don't get like a merging here, it just kind of copies it over on the exact opposite side. But pretty much what we can do now is shift this up and then position these so that they'll make some pretty sweet shoulder pauldrons. Well, let's go ahead and do that. So go to vertex, right click, navigate to vertex, highlight these, and let's shift this in a little bit more. You shift this up a tiny bit, and yeah, okay. And actually these are kind of big, so I'm gonna scale it in a little bit more on the Z, or vertex. Whoop. Scale it in a little bit more on the X, my apologies. And then on the Z a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, vertex mode. Shift it in a little bit so that's kind of parallel with his shoulders. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. Now go to edge mode, hit this edge, and let's add a loop cut. So let's go mesh tools, insert edge loop. And let's put one right about there. And see how the edge loop was mirrored on both sides? Now what we can do is pretty much model one half of the character and it'll copy onto the other side, and that makes our life a lot easier when it comes to doing some low poly characters. That way we don't have to do things twice. But yeah, okay, cool, I like that. Go to edge, Q to deselect everything. Let's select this edge right here and extrude a little bit. So extrude, W to move, maybe shift this down a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, okay, cool. And then let's do the same here. Q to deselect, shift, click to select these two, extrude, go up, Q to deselect, bring this out on the Z, down on the Y, kind of fold over his armor like that. We're gonna make we'll make like a pretty epic World of Warcraft type of guy if you guys are into MMOs or anything. So Q, shift this down, bring this in a little bit, Q to deselect, shift these, let's bring this up so that it folds nicely. Yeah, okay. Vertex, I think I need to shift these in a little bit. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I like it. Now go edge. Let's select this edge right here. By double clicking one edge, it'll end up selecting all the edges connected to it. And what we can do is go space, mesh tools, and go edge slide edge. And basically what that lets us do is move the position of the edge so that we can move it closer or farther away. The reason I want to move it in like this is because what I'm going to do now is go edge, select this, and this. W to position, bring this up, and on the Y, out on the X. That. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, okay, sweet. Because we got that kind of like neck guard going on right here. Okay, and go vertex. You know, actually, let's bring these two right here. Let's shift these in a little bit because they seem to be, they kind of need to fold into our character, right? Yeah, okay, cool. I like that. Select these two, do the same thing. Bring this in a tiny bit. W, bring this in a tiny bit. You know, we can even bring this out a little bit. So it's got a nice kind of bend to it. Yeah. Okay, that looks awesome. Nice. And then let's shift this in. And shift this in a little bit. Okay, sweet. We got some sick-ass shoulder pauldrons going on right now. Sweet shoulder pauldrons. Okay, so let's shift it down a tiny bit more. You know, and most of the time whenever I look at characters on like video games and stuff like that, or animations, their shoulder pauldrons aren't just this one piece. Usually it's like layered to kind of cover the upper and the lower shoulder, so let's do that too. Let's go object mode. Let's go, actually, you know what, let's go into face. So deselect everything, select this, right click, go into face mode, select all of it, and go shift D to duplicate. And what that does is it duplicates the mesh, and all you have to do is shift it down. But what you have to be careful with shift D is that if you accidentally duplicate and forget, now you have overlapping geometry, and it can be kind of a pain to get rid of, especially if you forget where it is. So just try and be careful as much as possible. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually delete these faces because I don't need that, because I only need this face right here. So shift, select those, go delete, and then go select these again, and then position them right under the previous shoulder pauldrons. Go vertex, and then let's scale these out a smidge so that they kind of overlap, but also scale it in on the Y, maybe a little bit on the Z. Sorry, on the Y, and then this is the Z. That looks great, and then maybe rotate this down so that it kind of points down. Pull this out. Yeah, okay. And then Q to deselect. I'm gonna select this vertex, bring this out a little bit so that it kind of does this little thing. Let's select that vertex. Nope. Vertex. Bring this down. You know, let's bring it out because it's actually overlapping with our character. And we don't want any N-gons going on, right? Like we talked about in my last video. N-gons are the bane of the modeler's life. We all hate those things, don't we? Okay, edge, Q, select this, and this. Let's bring it in a bit, actually, because I want it to kind of almost overlap here. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is actually I'm going to insert an edge loop right here. Insert edge loop, so space, go mesh tools, insert edge loop, and put one like right about here. Right, edge. The reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to select right here and actually extrude, because I'm going to give them like a little weird little flag hanging down from the shoulder pauldrons. I see that all the time, so why not make that as well? Yeah, that was good. Nice. He's got a little banneret going right here. Go back into edge, select this, Q to deselect, hit space, go edit, mesh tools, go insert edge loop. Let's add one more here, and then go vertex, select this middle one, bring it down to kind of point it, a little bit. Yeah. And select these two, and you know, let's scale these out along the x-axis so that they kind of protrude out a little bit more. Like this. Yeah, I'm going to bring this out so that there's a bit of a curve. Bring it out along the Z so that there's a bit of a curve. Yeah, okay, cool. That's what's up. I like that. You know, and while we're at it, let's do the same for the opposite end. So actually, something that might be helpful is switching between different types of views. So when you hit 4, you actually get wireframe view, and if you hit 5, you actually get back into solid. So I'm going to go into wireframe view for a second because I've got some overlapping geometry and no one likes that. So Q to deselect, select these two edges, bring this in here, bring this out like that, and you know what, let's select these for good measure, bring this out so there's a nice bit of a curve to it. Then go 5 to get back into edge mode. Yeah, okay, nice. So fix that, bring this in, and let's rotate it actually with R. Yeah, and then you know, I'm gonna actually rotate it on the Y and the Z axis as well, so that it's kind of square. Okay, now, so with that selected, go do the same thing. Hit extrude under modeling toolkit, extrude. Bring this out, W to position it so that kind of goes like that. Let's position it right here. Okay, nice. Vertex mode, select this one, position this down, then select these two, and then select these two, and scale it out on the X to kind of give it some shape. I'm gonna bring these out a little bit more to round it out. Nice. Okay. Cool. So we got some pretty sweet shoulder pauldrons going on. I'm digging that. And yeah, pretty much the process is gonna follow that kind of system, right? We make a plane, we position the plane above the character, and then we model the outside face of a shape of the armor after it. Don't worry with thickness and everything like that, I'll get to it eventually, but what I like to do first is make the faces first so that there's as little polys as possible, and then I'll go in and add weight and like substance to the armor pieces. So don't you worry about that, we'll get to it. Okay, so I like the shoulder pauldrons right now, so let's go ahead and make some gauntlets. Let's go space, create, poly primitive, let's create a plane. Channel box editor, polyplane 2, let's bring this down to 2. And let's bring this down to 2 as well. 2, yeah, okay, cool. Object, position this right over here, let's scale it down, switch into top view, go this way, R to scale it in, position it this way. Let's rotate it actually, so that kind of follows the shape of our arm. Yeah, it's good, okay. You know what, we'll make this kind of like a smaller gauntlet kind of thing going. Okay, cool. Sweet, that looks good. Now, okay, with that object selected, we're gonna go space. Actually, first, we're gonna make sure we're in world X symmetry, and then we're gonna select this object. We're gonna go space, mesh, mirror. Oh. Space, mesh, mirror. See, now we got the mirror on both ends. And then let's position this up a tiny bit, like right here. Yeah, I like that. And see, if you ever have the pivot point right here, like if you want it to be centered, all you have to do is select D while in object mode, and you select the object that you want to change the pivot position for. Select D and just shift it back up to the center right here. I'm just kind of guesstimating. Like it's already centered here, so let's go to front view. Zoom in right here, and you know, let's just kind of position it nicely so the pivot point is in a good spot. Okay, sweet. So we got our pivot point back on where we want it to be. Okay, so let's go ahead and start modeling a simple like gauntlet. Let's select this guy. Q to finalize the selection. Let's go vertex. Actually, let's go edge. Right click, select edge. Shift this up a little bit. You might notice that I'm going a little bit faster because I'm kind of assuming you guys know the shortcuts a bit more. And it's all about speed when it comes to modeling, right? We're always on tight deadlines, so you gotta work faster and more efficiently. So let's select these two and go extrude. Bring this out, and then W to bring it down. Let's bring it out like that. Do this, do that kind of thing. Object mode, let's bring it down a tiny bit. Vertex mode, select everything. Let's rotate it along the x-axis so that it kind of follows the shape of our arm. Bring it down, select these vertices, position this in, select these, deselect these. Let's just select these for now. Select these, bring it in here, that, and this comes in like that. Okay, nice. What you could have also done to make your life easier is just made a simple cylinder, like create cylinder and just kind of position it over here. That probably would have made my life a lot easier as I speak about efficiency, but I'm kind of doing the face first and then we'll extrude to give it thickness later. But yeah, if you want to kind of do a bit of a shortcut, that probably would have been a little bit quicker. Okay, so that's good. Go edge. Let's go, I'm gonna undo that actually. Sorry. Let's go edge, select these, go extrude, out, down, like this, like that, like this. And then let's rotate it a little bit. Position it back, bring it up, bring it in, rotate it again. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like how that looks. Q to select, apply everything, bring this in. Actually, I think I need to rotate this here as well to kind of follow the shape of the arm a bit more. Edge, Q to allow, select these two, extrude, like that, W for position. Let's bring this up. Yeah, let's go like this. Yeah, like that. Do the same thing, extrude, W for position this up here. And then let's rotate this a little bit, like that. And then let's actually bring it in a tiny bit. And then rotate it along the Y. So line everything up nicely. Okay, sweet. So that's good. Now what you want to do is with this edge selected, and then this and this as well, you want to select these 4 edges, go to Modeling Toolkit and Bridge. And what that'll do is connect the edges so that you kind of complete the cylinder shape. Vertex, let's bring this back a tiny bit. Yeah, okay, cool. And then let's just do some simple adjustments to kind of shape everything to how we want it to be shaped. So I'm going to select these vertices, and maybe we'll scale it in on the X, and then scale it in on the Y a tiny bit. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, I'm digging that. Okay, cool. Vertex, and I'm going to give this guy a bit of a shoulder, or an elbow guard type of thing. We got to protect them elbows. So we'll bring this out like this. Bring this out a bit more. Bring this. Nice. Cool, I like it. Select this. Bring it in. I'm just kind of finessing it a little bit to get it in a shape that I like before moving on. But if you guys are okay with it, just feel free to go ahead. Okay, awesome. Now what I'm gonna do is add a bit of let's add some kind of like hand guards a little bit. Overlapping hand guards. Object, let's do the same thing. So space, create polyprimitives, plane. Let's turn the subdivisions down to 2. Polyplane, let's go 2. Object mode, bring it over here. R for scaling, bring it in on the Z, bring it in on the X. Go into top view, position it in a way that kind of overlaps with the hand that you're creating. Rotate it, bring it in. R for scale, scale it in a bit more. Okay, that looks great. Let's space, go into perspective view. Okay, now object mode, right click, go into object mode, Q to apply all the transformations. Select the object, make sure you're in world X symmetry, space, mesh, mirror. Yes, nice, okay. And then let's position this up a little bit, and then go D, or sorry, go 2, select that, object mode, hit D to position the pivot point back into the center. That's my top view, here it is. Front view, so that everything's aligned, and rotates nicely. Okay, awesome. Alright, so vertex, Q to apply, vertex, select everything, drag select everything. Let's rotate it along the Z axis so that it kind of follows the shape as per usual. Vertex, Q to apply. Let's bring this in a smidge, like that. And then bring that down, select this, bring this up, kind of round it out, go edge, select, double click there to select all the conjoined faces. Okay, nice. And then we're gonna go Q to apply, select these edges, go extrude, pull this out, and then W to position it down and kind of put it in a place that you like. I think I like it right about here, and I'm gonna scale it a little bit because it got a bit of a weird transform. Nice. Okay, right edge, select that, rotate this, position this up, maybe rotate it a tiny bit more. Nice, okay, cool. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Select these two edges, Q to apply, select these two, extrude, out, Q to apply, W, and then position like that. Let's go right here, and then scale it in, like that, rotate this up, like this, amazing. Q to apply, select these two because they kind of pull in a weird direction, do the same thing. Gauntlet's a lot bigger than I thought it would actually be. Yeah, okay, cool. I like that. And you know, let's rotate it along the Y for good measure. Nice, okay, cool. I like it. So let's select this. Let's select these two vertices and then shift them in like that. Do the same with these two to kind of give it a point. Again, I'm just kind of finessing this model right now. Just kind of doing a little bit of detail work. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, sweet. I like it. I dig it. Nice. How about that? Yeah, totally. So let's layer it again. So select that, select the object, Shift D, bring it down just a tiny bit so you know what you're working with. Vertex mode, select all the vertexes, go shift it in a tiny bit, and then scale it, maybe rotate along the Z, like that, and then bring it back up so that it kind of overlaps with the rest of the model. And then maybe you might have to scale it in a little bit more. W, vertex, select it all, bring it in. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, cool. And then you might get some overlapping, so what we'll do is we'll select this, bring it out, so that's nice and not overlapping, because we all hate that. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. Vertex, select this, bring this out, bring this out, bring this out. Okay, cool. Okay, I gotta stop with these like finicky little adjustments. Okay, sweet. That's what's up. So now we got some gauntlets, we got some shoulder pauldrons. Let's move on to the legs. So we'll follow the same process. We'll go space, create poly primitive plane. You guys have been here before. And channel box editor, select this, go down to 2 and 2, 2 by 2, object mode, position it like right about here. Because sometimes if you bring it too close, like the meshes will overlap and it looks weird. So I like to bring it a little bit farther away and then mirror it over and then position them nicely. So let's just scale this in like that for now. Object, Q to apply, space, mesh. Let's double check that my world, yeah. Object, space, mesh, mirror. Nice, okay, cool. Vertex, select all this. Let's bring it in now. Like that. And we can actually scale it a little bit more because we're gonna be making like from his thighs down, we're gonna make his legs. So let's do about here. Bring it to about there. That looks good. Then we'll rotate it along the x-axis to about like that. 90 degrees, a little bit more than 90 degrees is good because there's a bit of a bend to this guy, this model's legs in particular. Bring it out, that, like this, and you know, actually I probably made it a little too big. His thighs are a little too thick, so we'll bring this out like that. Yeah, sweet. Cool. Okay, cool. We got a kind of good thing going right now. So go edge, double select these, so bring it out a little bit more to give it a bend. Select these two, bring it in, select these, Q to apply, bring it in. And actually what I'll do is I'll rotate this a little bit so it follows the kind of the shape of the legs a bit better. And I'll do the same here. Kind of rotate it that way. Nice. Okay, so now bring this. Let's bring the whole thing up a little bit. Vertex. Nope. Bring the whole thing up a little bit. Back into edge. Select this. Extrude. Q to apply. W to position. Let's bring it out like that. And then maybe up. Yeah, scale it in like that. Maybe I'll rotate it also along the x-axis a bit. Yeah, okay, cool. That's looking good. Okay, so let's keep going. So edge selected, extrude, W, position, in, like that. Let me bring it up a bit more. Now, what you can also do is Q to apply, and instead of going back to modeling toolkit extrude, you can hit G, and it'll bring up the last like the last function you used. So for us, that was the extrude. So if I hit G, it would apply the extrude again, and then you can apply the same modification. So that'll make life a little bit easier. That'll make things a little bit quicker, right? So let's bring this out. And you know, actually, these legs are a little bit far away. Like it's a little far for me, so I'm gonna bring it in a smidge to kind of center everything else. Edge, select this. Now let's rotate this down like that. And let's bring it back out a tiny bit more. Yeah, okay, cool. I like that. Okay, and then go G to apply to enable the extrude function one more time. Let's rotate this along the Z axis. Vertex mode. Let's pull this out. Pull this up and out. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like that. Nice. Nice. Cool. Okay, sweet. That looks good. Let's bring these both up a little bit. Give them some like pretty cool leg guards like that. Protect his Charlie horse area, if you know what I mean. Vertex, G to enable the extrude function again. Pull this out, W, and then bring it in, like that. Rotate this, like that. Maybe scale it in a little bit. Yeah, scale it in a tiny bit. Bring it in. Okay, cool. So let's go inside now. Go G to extrude again. Q to apply, W to position. Let's position this like right about there. And you know, we're gonna rotate this along the x-axis. And I don't like I don't like the curve of this, so I'm actually gonna bring it out a smidge and then rotate it along the Z. Bring it out a smidge. That. Okay, cool. Rotate it on the Z. Yeah, okay, that's better. It's a lot better. I'm gonna select this, Q to apply, and I'm actually gonna add a edge loop because I don't like how straight that's looking. Right? Like there's curvature to a character. Even though we're doing low poly style, you still, I don't know, I personally don't like it when it's too flat. It's too boxy, like a Minecraft look. It's not really what I'm into. But yeah, okay, cool. So I'll do that, and it's looking good. So let's select this, G one more time, W to position, that. Yeah, okay, and then Q to apply, and then just select these two edges and go bridge, go poly, modeling toolkit, bridge to kind of connect them, and then we'll have to obviously kind of change the position of these vertices a little bit because they got a little wonky as they start going around this guy's legs, but that's not a big deal. So that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of bringing everything in. Bringing it in. Yeah, okay, cool. I like it. Nice. I'm liking how that looks. Okay. Object mode to kind of look at our guy. Alright, that's looking good, right? So now let's just kind of build out the rest of his legs. Select this, go edge, Q to apply, double click to select all the edges around, go G to enable extrude, or no, G extrude, pull this out, that, bring it in, down, and then let's scale it with R so that it kind of actually fits his legs. And we're gonna have to actually pull this out over here. And then let's scale it on the Z. Position it. That. Maybe bring this in. Scale it in on the X tiny bit. Give it kind of a nice. And you know what? I think we can rotate it a little bit too. Nah, actually I won't do that. Okay, cool. Cool. So he's got some sweet leg armor right now. I think it's weird how it kind of does this. So what I'll do is actually I'll go to edge. I'll select this one, space, mesh tools, insert edge loop, and let's add one like right about there. And then with it still selected, we'll go R for scale, and we'll scale it in a little bit, you know, to kind of give it that kind of bevel look. Take it in so that's not so like it's not so connected. There's a bit of there's layers to it. And, I personally love the layered armor look, but that's obviously a personal preference, right? Vertex, we can see, so go into 5 or go into 4. You can see that there's a couple of overlapping vertices with our underlying mesh. So what I'll do is I'll select this, pull this out, go back into 5 to see. Yeah, okay, cool. Nice. Okay, sweet. Looking good. It's looking pretty sweet so far, right? I think that's looking pretty good. Let's go edge mode, double click this, go extrude, pull it out like that. Let's bring this down in here like this, and down, because what we're making now are his feet. And then scale it in on the X. Right, yeah, like that. Maybe shift it in a little bit this way. And then maybe a little bit more. Let's rotate it actually a little bit. His legs are facing forward. Yeah, okay, cool. I think it looks pretty sweet. Okay, so his legs, there's his feet, little toes. Q to apply, G to apply the extrude function again. Let's bring it out a tiny bit. Q to apply, W to bring it down. Then we'll need to scale it in on the X, and in on the Y. Maybe like even rotate a little bit so it's kind of even. It's flattened out, and then shift it up, and then you know, actually, I'm gonna bring these edges down a smidge and rotate them a little bit so that they're a little more square with the ground. Now this is a little bit too far down. Now I'm back into the kind of modifying mode. Let's select this R to kind of scale it all in a little bit. W to position it like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, that's what's up. I like it. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. W space. I'm gonna just bring this down a little bit so that he doesn't look like he's wearing platformer boots, if that makes any sense. Edge space, edge mesh tools, edge slide, middle mouse button to slide it down. Yeah, that's probably good, like that. You know what? Let's pull it out like this. Cool. Okay, cool. That's what's up. Q to apply edge, go back into edge mode. Select all this and just bridge. Or sorry. Select all this. Turn off world symmetry. Select, go bridge, Q to apply, select, bridge, Q to apply, and then turn world symmetry X back on. Okay, nice. Alright, nice. Face, let's select this, bring it down. Okay, alright, looking good. So we got some shoulder pauldrons, we got some gauntlets, we got some legs going on, some leg armors, and it's looking pretty sweet so far, right? Let's position this pivot point like right here, actually. Like dead center, which is good. Space, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's looking good, right? Q to apply edge. I'm just gonna select this and you know, I'm gonna add a, select this edge, go space, mesh tools, insert edge loop. Let's put one right about there, and let's bring it down and select this and then scale it to kind of give it that layered look still. Q. No, actually, let's scale this out. Yeah, like that. Yes, that's looking good. There we go. I like it. I can take it. Vertex mode. Let's pull these out a tiny bit. Yeah, okay. Cool. Alright, so let's keep going, right? So let's keep going and make his chest armor now. So now we don't really need the world symmetry because his chest armor is pretty much just one face, right? So what we'll do is we'll go space, create, poly primitives. Let's go with a cylinder this time, like I mentioned earlier. So select the cylinder, channel box editor, poly cylinder 1, turn the subdivision axis down to about, yeah, turn it down to about 6. I like that. Keep it low poly, right? Object, let's scale it in on the Y, scale it in on the X and on the Z, bring it up to kind of in a position that makes sense for you. Let's continue to scale it until we get like a general shape that we like so far. Yeah, okay, I like that. Yeah, right around his torso. Okay, cool. I like it. So that's good so far. So now what we're gonna do is go edge. Okay, so we'll turn off world X symmetry. With the cylinder selected, we'll actually turn object X symmetry so that we're only applying the symmetry on the object along the X-axis. World X is great when you have two symmetrical objects that aren't the same. Turn off caps. Object X symmetry is great when you're working on a single piece. So let's go select this, Q to apply, space, mesh tools, insert edge loop, click right about there, R for scale, give him a nice kind of waist going on right here. Bring that in, select this, R for scale, bring that out, like that. Object mode. Maybe I made his waist a little too small, right? Vertex, edge, it's like this. Scale this in on the X, on the Z, like that. Maybe even scale it in that. Let's bring this in just about here, I think is great. So that we don't get too much overlap. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, cool. You know, actually we can also delete these faces right here because we don't need them, at the moment at least. And we're trying to keep our characters as low poly as possible. So go into face mode, space, and then go shift select and just delete that. Vertex, and actually what I'm going to do is do a little bit of finessing. I'll bring this in like that, shift this in like that, this, and actually what I think I need to do is add a edge loop right here. But actually the way you can, a simple way of adding an edge loop straight down the middle of an object is going edge mode, right? Select the edge, go control, right click, and then drag to edge ring, drag to see right here, edge ring utilities, select that, and then go here to edge ring and split, and then let go. And now you got an edge loop straight down the middle of whatever face you're trying to cut. Vertex, let's bring this in a little bit, like this. Let's bring this in to kind of round out this kind of armor piece. Yeah, okay, cool. Bring this out a little bit. Select these, bring this in. Object, vertex, select just this. Pull these out. Nice, okay, cool. Yeah, I like it. Let's bring this up, bring it in, up and in a bit. Okay, cool. Object mode, let's scale it in, because it's kind of I don't like how far out these things are, so actually we'll scale it in along the edge, and then what we'll have to do is kind of position the front chest plates a little bit outwardly. There we go, that's looking good. Let's rotate this, Q, bring this out, bring this out, bring this out. Yeah, okay, there we go. It's looking a lot better, I think. Rotate this so it's nice and nice. Okay, so select these two edges, go extrude, bring this out, W to bring it up. We'll give this guy, this will be kind of like his back armor piece. Oh, no, we didn't want to select the full edge actually. Q, just select this. There we go. You can go extrude, pull it out, W, bring it up, rotate it this way. Yeah, okay, rotate it that way. Go vertex mode. Select this vertex, bring this out, down, in, bring this in, shift this in a tiny bit like that, bring this out, bring this in, bring it down, that. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, the reason I was doing all that is because I don't want it to overlap too much. As much as possible, I want to try and avoid overlapping. Mesh tools, insert edge loop. Let's just throw one. Oh, no. Let's go right click, shift, control, right click, to edge ring and split to put one right down the middle. Press the vertex, W, bring it up like that. And then bring it out this. And then maybe bring it in. Like that. Cool, cool, cool. Nice. So that kind of overlaps with the armor, with the chest plate, shoulder pauldrons. The shoulder pauldrons, sorry, not the chest plate. Let's bring this in. Yeah, this is looking good so far. Let's go object mode, select this, vertex, bring this out, bring this out, bring these out. So that there's no overlap going on. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Nice, nice. Looking good so far. So we got kind of a cool little chest plate armor piece going on right here. Nice little chest plate. Let's bring it in. Smidge. Nope, that's not gonna work because we're gonna get too much overlap over there. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. So now we got kind of a lower torso guard right here and a back guard. So let's just add a simple chest plate to kind of finish this guy off. And so what we'll do is we'll go, let's go object mode, deselect everything, space, create, poly primitive. Let's go with a plane. And yeah, okay, so let's go with the plane. And then go into channel box, turn the subdivisions down to 2 on the width, 1 on the height. Go to vertex, select the whole thing. Actually go to object. Let's rotate it up like this. Let's go rotate on the X about 90 degrees. And then bring it up and out. And then let's just scale it with R. Scale it in, this. Scale it in, scale it in, scale it in, bring it up like here, position this right here, maybe like rotate it this way, chest plate, because this is going to be like his chest plate, armor piece, vertex, like that. I want to bring these, I'm going to try and bring these pieces in a little bit so that they're not too, there's not too much protruding. Let's go actually edge, select this edge, go space, mesh tools, insert edge loop, go right here, W to pull something out, like that. Then let's pull these in like this. There we go. There we go. Mesh, insert mesh, edge loop. Let's put one right here. Vertex. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, I like it. Sorry, let's get back into this. Let's get back into this chest plate piece armor. Just throw edge loop right there. Q to apply. Bring this in. Bring this in. Bring this down. Bring these down a tiny bit. Kind of round it out. Bring this down. Bring these down. Like that. And then go edge. Let's select these 3. Pull it out a little bit more to kind of round it. And then this the most to round it even more. And let's pull these back like that. Scale it out. Object, scale it out. That. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. That's looking pretty good so far. Let's pull this up. Pull this right here, and then shift it in on the X, on the Z, and then just a little bit so that it's not overlapping too much. Yeah, okay, cool. And then go like that maybe. Actually, no, don't do that. Go vertex. Let's select this one. Let's select this vertex right here. Bring it in. Bring this in. Like that. Okay, cool. Bring these in a tiny bit more. Maybe bring it out. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now we got a simple chest plate going on right there. And what we'll do is we'll shift D to duplicate, bring it up so that there's no overlapping geometry. We'll scale it in, scale it out. Let's bring this out a bit more so that this one's kind of more outside, just like that. Vertex mode, sorry, object mode. I want vertex on this only. Let's bring this up a little bit like that to kind of give them a nice little neck guard going on. Yeah, okay, cool. That's good. Vertex, Q, bring this out. I think I'm gonna have to bring this one in. And actually, I think I'm gonna have to add a little edge loop. So select this, insert mesh, create an edge loop, put one like right about here. Go to vertex, vertex, apply, sorry, Q to apply, W, vertex, let's bring it in. It's not overlapping too much. And we can actually probably get rid of some of these faces, so if we go to 4, go face, probably get rid of these 2 faces. Object mode 5 to go back into solid, vertex, let's just bring this down. Yeah, there we go. Okay, awesome. Awesome, that looks pretty good. It's like a kind of like a guard knight guy, right? Pretty sweet guard knight guy going on. Okay, nice. Okay, cool. I like how that guy looks, right? No? What do you think? I think this looks pretty good. Let's go edge. Let's bring this up a little bit more to kind of protect his neck even more. Rotate that. Go vertex. W to bring it in. Edge. Let's add an edge loop right here. Edge, space, mesh tools, insert edge loop. W to drag it out like that. Vertex, bring it down, maybe bring it out to get rid of that overlap. Nice, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, cool. I think it's pretty good. Looking pretty good so far. Got some nice little armor pieces going on over here. Alright, you know what? Let's add some hip protection while we're at it. So what we're gonna do is go edge. Let's add an edge loop right about here. Mesh tools, insert edge loop, put one right about there. Edges, Q to apply. Object mode, select this, edge, Q, select this, and this. Modeling toolkit, extrude, pull it out, and then go W, and go out again like that, so that we give them some kind of nice, a little more like side leg protection. If that makes any sense? I'm gonna have to bring these edges out a little bit more, right? So that they're not kind of weird. And then rotate them like this. Okay, cool. Cool, that looks good. I'm digging it. Let's go like that. Yeah, okay, nice. That looks pretty good. Let's go, let's select these edges and deselect this. And then let's try and rotate them, right? Nah, actually I don't like to rotate on that. Let's just select these, rotate this like that, give it a bit of a more curve to it. Vertex, bring this in. There we go. There we go. W, position this so that makes a little more sense. Object, select this, vertex, here, right there. Okay, Nice. Cool. Edge. And let's bring in, I think we can bring in his waist a tiny bit more. So that, nothing too crazy. Yeah, okay, nice, looking good. So yeah, that's pretty much all the armor he's got going on. Maybe we'll add like one more thing. We'll add like a little tabard. We'll go space, create, poly primitives, plane, channel box editor, plane. Let's go 1 and 1. Object, rotate this 90 degrees. And then let's go Q to apply, R to kind of scale it in, W to position it out, maybe bring it in like that. Looking good so far. Let's go edge mode, select this, mesh tools, insert edge loop. Nope, sorry. Object mode, select this, edge, select that. Edge, space, mesh tools, insert edge loop. Keep deselecting everything. Okay, let's do this way. There we go, cool. And then let's add one right here. 2 edge ring and split. And then let's bring it in, up. And then you can select this and rotate it a little bit, bring it down, bring it out. Let's rotate this a little bit as well, bring it out. Not too much overlap. Let's scale it in a little bit more. Edge, let's go bring it in so that there's no overlap going on. Okay, cool. Yeah, so now he's got like a nice little tabard. I like it. Rotate this, give it a point. And yeah, okay, cool. Nice. So there we go. Got a bit of a dude. Nice little dude going on right here. I kind of get into this thing where like I keep adding more and more detail as I finish a model. So I did forget one more thing. There's one more thing we'll add. We'll go space, edit mesh. We'll go create mesh, create poly primitive. Let's create a cylinder one more time. Turn down the subdivision axis by a lot. Turn it down to about 10. Object, scale it down. That, bring it up. So I'm gonna give this guy a belt, right? Because where else is he gonna hold all his weapons if he doesn't have a belt? It doesn't make any sense. This is all for the logic, right? This isn't because I'm finicky and I want nice little details on my characters. It's the right thing to do, right? It's the right thing to do. That's what I tell myself at night whenever it's like 3 a.m. and I'm working on a character model trying to perfect his belt or something. Okay, cool. So we'll make a simple belt right here. Position it right there. I think that's not bad. Face, we'll go select this, and this. Then we'll go this one as well for good measure. And then we'll delete it. Cool. Okay, nice. So we got a nice kind of character going on right here, right? He's got some armor pieces, he's got chest plates, some shoulder pauldrons, some sweet gauntlets, leg armor, a nice little tabard going straight down to show what knight order he's part of. And yeah, I think it's looking pretty sweet. Let's select this. Actually, I'm getting kind of... Yeah, okay, cool. So I think in the next video, I'll show you guys how you can add thickness to these armor pieces because it's getting a little long at this point. So I'll just make a quick little, it'll be like 5 minutes. It'll be super quick. This one's getting super long now. So this is basically how I make simple armor, low poly armor for a basic character model. Next video, we'll talk about how to kind of thicken the armor pieces. And yeah, it's gonna be great. So hope you guys like the clip. Stay tuned for next week. If you have any questions, drop a like or a comment below, and I'll try my best to answer it as best as I can. But yeah, if you liked the video, let me know. Until next week, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a nice night.